Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about discussions about a variety of topics, social, psychological, emotional, and the like. We do that in an audio format almost on a daily basis. We've got over 580 of those available for your listening pleasure. Hopefully, many that you enjoy. If you're looking to raise yourself to the next level, if you're looking to break old patterns, or if you're looking to get out of a toxic relationship, or see if you're in one, this is the audio for you. If you are looking to work with somebody through that, you can go on Twitter at PO Perception, send me a direct message, and my team will get back to you, or you can go to the website that's in the About Me section of this page, and we're good to go there. So, signs of a toxic relationship. There's about 5 things that I want to kind of cover in this. So the first is overgiving your time. People that are toxic are going to want you to give. They're always going to have a reason. They're always going to have an excuse. They're always going to have a rationalization to draw on your energy. And so you begin to overgive your time because you are struggling to find your own internal balance, your own internal boundaries. And it's important to look at that in a way to acknowledge your own challenges in that paradigm. At the end of the day, overgiving your time means that you don't have time for yourself. It also means you don't have time to recharge, which means you're going to give to less people in the long run, in the sense of being able to make a difference. If you're giving to one person versus, let's say, giving an hour a week to 5 people versus 5 hours a week to one person, there's a major difference there, and it can get kind of dicey. The next is you avoid confrontation. Obviously, we all, would prefer not to have to confront somebody, not to argue with them, not to get into a toxic situation with them. But if we kind of are always de-escalating situations, then something can become unhealthy really quickly, just because from the standpoint of what's healthy is being able to express yourself, being able to find common ground and communicate when there is disagreements. And if you feel that you can't have those conversations in a meaningful way, the chances of you being in a toxic situation are very high. Remember, gaslighting and then diffusing is something that people that are in toxic situations are very common to want to do. They don't want to own their personal responsibility in situations, so instead they'll make you think there's something wrong with you rather than deal with the situation themselves and their own culpability in said situation. The next thing is the understanding of the rescuer mentality. So, if you constantly are always bailing someone out emotionally, if you're the only person that's there for them, or the person they turn to the most, and they're not giving back to you, and or you don't necessarily feel like they're making progress, it's only worth it to help a person when they're making progress, because otherwise you breed a relationship of dependency on a continual basis. Dependency happens when people don't understand or respect the value that is placed upon a situation, even if it's a sacrifice of time or energy or whatever. So when people take things for granted and put you in the rescuer's seat, that you're always going to be there to kind of take care of things for them, or make sure that everything is copacetic and more comfortable for them, that becomes a toxic situation super, super quickly. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it can't be changed. It also doesn't necessarily mean that you can't get to a more balanced place. But getting to a balanced place with those toxic situations also means breaking the cycle. Now, the next thing to think about is, are you overly honest? So over honesty is telling people what they need to hear in a way that they can't hear it, and then them blowing up on you and you backing down on your position. This happens a lot in family dynamics that are unhealthy. It also happens a lot in romantic situations that are unhealthy, because people, most often, I'd say at least a good 70 to 80% of the time, don't want to deal with their core issues because they're either afraid they're going to be judged, or the change is too much for them to commit to. In any event, when they de-escalate the situation by causing you to second guess whether you should have been honest in the first place. They're basically forcing you to carry their own stuff in the end, and that is never good. So, the last thing is, are you overly loyal? Look, relationships are meant to be symbiotic, which means both parties should benefit in some way. Yes, it's a cycle to where, at some level, sometimes you're going to benefit more, sometimes they're going to benefit more. That's normal. However, if they're benefiting 90% of the time and you're benefiting 10 for an extended period of time, several weeks, several months, or several years, that's not normal and it's unhealthy, and it's something to consider as it relates to, do you really want to be in a situation of that sort of dynamic? You have to think about where your limits are. You have to think about what you can and cannot handle. And then you have to kind of go forward and go, what do I really want from this situation? So hopefully this has been helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.